Hey guys, what's up? It's Chimera here. I'm bringing you the video we've all been waiting for. The PC version of Rajang got released yesterday, so we've got this new monster to be able to fight, and I know there's a lot of hype around him, but you gotta remember he's not tempered, he's not arch tempered or any of that, so we are fighting some pretty normal monster. Uh, as you can see, he's very mobile. He reminds me of more like an Otagaron or an Nargacuga. He's always like jumping around and moving and doing types of very like square dance type of, of movements, and he does hit like a truck whenever he's enraged. And to get him out of enrage, obviously you hit his tail and stuff, and you can only get him in a pitfall trap. He will destroy shock traps whenever he's enraged, so make sure if you're trying to capture him and he's enraged and he's sleeping or whatever that you use the pitfall trap. And if he's not enraged, I believe you can use a shock or a pitfall. But when he's enraged and he's got the yellow all over him, his yellow fur, it's not advisable to use a shock trap because he'll just destroy it. And if you're doing the quest, the handler will say, "Oh no, you destroyed the shock trap." But Rajang's pretty easy. I don't even think that's how you say his name. I think it's Rajan or whatever, Rajang or whatever. But he's a fun monster to fight. He does a little move you got to watch out for. He jumps up in the air and he shoots down like that little laser thunder electricity shit. And then he has another move where he jumps up in the air and he does like a spinning cannonball into you. While he's enraged, you can harden his arms up and they can actually deflect your attacks. But if you get his, I believe it's 3-piece set bonus, none of your attacks can get deflected. Or if you use a Mind's Eye Jewel against him, none of your attacks will be deflected there either. So keep those two things in mind when you're fighting him. So far as weaknesses go, he's got his head's breakable and his tail's breakable, and also he can break like the center of his body, but he's immune to fire, thunder, and dragon. And then ice and water are the only two elements, ice being 3-star, water being 1-star. So far as ailments go, poison, sleep, paralysis, and stun are only 1-star rated, and blast is 2-star rated. His tail's breakability with the greatsword hammer, special ammos with the heavy bowgun, light bowguns, stuff like that, is 2-star the whole way around, and then 3-star for the head. The breakability for the body is not shown on the physiology reach chart on the large monster field guide, but he does drop a few items, and it's very easy to get the whole entire set that he has. I think I've hunted him twice, and I've got 3 pieces plus the weapon from his actual outfit. So it's a pretty cool little build. I mean, he does have the highest damage weapons in the game thus far, so it's definitely worth hunting him and grabbing some of the weapons. The only thing is, most of them are thunder element, but they're very low on the elemental chart, so that actual base attack damage will be taking over for a lot more of the damage that you will be doing with the weapons and stuff you farm off him. Obviously, his gear has a lot of resistances against thunder. It also has the yellow, it's rarity 11, I believe. Let me check here for you on here. Rarity 11. Yep, and it has defense. Base defense is 158 on every piece. And then the resistances are pretty much fire, only has 2 resistance, water 0, thunder 3, -5 for ice, and then 2 versus dragon. So they kind of reflect also his resistances as well. And that's for every single piece. You can't upgrade the gear, obviously, to get that stuff up, the defense number, and if you put some defense gems in, I think you get 7, you get plus 30 elemental resist, plus 10% defense bonus, and then obviously the plus 30 defense. I believe that's what it is. It might only be elemental resist plus 20, but they have some pretty good decorations, I guess, on there. You got a 4 socket for the helm and 1 socket with that as well, and then for the chest piece you got a 4 socket and then 2 1 sockets, and then you have a 4 socket and 3 socket for the gloves, and then you have a 4 socket and 3 socket for the belt, I guess you could say, and then for the greaves you have a 4 socket and a 2 socket. Now that's for the beta, and that comes with weakness exploit 2 on the helmet, resentment 2 on the chest, gloves resentment 1, and then you have weakness exploit 1 on the belt, and then you have resentment plus 2 and attack boost plus 1 on the greaves or the legs. If you go for the alpha set, which I don't recommend doing because there aren't any sockets at all for the helmet, it has weakness exploit plus 2 and then handicraft plus 2, and then it has resentment plus 2 and speed sharpening plus 2 for the chest. So the helmet has weakness exploit plus 2, handicraft plus 2. Then the gloves have resentment +1 and handicraft +2, and then the belt has exploit +1 and handicraft +1 and resentment +2 and attack boost +2 for the leggings. It is a fairly decent set, especially for only a rarity level 11. So if you want to craft that, I do recommend getting it, but I would recommend getting the beta version. That way you can sock it around, you know, anything that's lacking on there. But anytime a gear has a weakness exploit on it, it's nice because that frees up your charm slot instead of using the exploiter, or your gem slots instead of using tenderizer gems for the two, you know, the level 2 gem slots that you have. You can put other things in there, say like charger or Führer or you know, focus, whatever you know, whatever you need to get. I think charger focus are the same thing, so don't mind that. But yeah, definitely a cool little fight, and we'll get into that right here in the video. You can check that out. As you can see, as we're fighting him, that's one of the moves you want to watch out for, especially when he's in rage. He shoots his big ass blast, his beam straight out of his mouth. It goes right across the map, and he can also jump in the air and do it. And then his other attack, as I mentioned earlier, jumps in the air and spins and hits you. He can also grapple you and kind of like carry you around and you know, just beat on you like, you know, like you're a pincushion or some shit, like we'd see like a gorilla do on one of those, you know, wild adventure videos where things happen wrong when people go on safaris and the gorilla grabs the lady and drags her across the ground. He is fairly easy to mount. The only thing is, as soon as you get on him, he's going to try to get you off, and he does a fast amount of stamina depletion very quickly on his first one, and then the other one, as you just saw, he'll try to reach behind and grab you and throw you off the back of him. But he's just like any other monster. You mount him, you knock him down and stuff. You want to save that for when he's enraged, though. How you unlock Rajang, or whatever, Rajang, is you do the quest to find the Kirin with the broken horn. It comes from the Admiral in Celiana, and then you do that quest, you kill that Kirin, and then it'll unlock a thing to bring you to the Guiding Lands, and then you can pop your SOS flare and bring people into the event whenever it's done showing the Admiral cutscene, as you saw at the beginning of this video. And then the second part of that is actually whenever you and the handler, and I don't think actually you can bring people in with an SOS flare until actually you saw that one, so let me change that. And you can bring people in after you and the handler go and find where he's at, and it'll open up the whole new volcanic area in the Guiding Lands for you, so you can get your rank up on that, your level for that region up, and you'll be able to see him and encounter him in the wild just like with any other monster. And I believe there are some items and stuff like that to unlock some gear that maybe you haven't unlocked from the new volcanic region, if I read the patch notes correctly. So be looking out for those, the mining nodes, bone piles, things of that nature. As you can see here, whenever he gets enraged, he is a little bit more brutal. His attacks do a little bit more damage, and you know, it's all lightning based, so you can use a thunderproof mantle against him, but I don't really think that any gear is necessary to be changed other than your regular loadout. I mean, obviously I didn't, other than changing the new layered armor sets that we got with the same patch. He's fairly simple fight, you know, just, you know, use your better judgment. When you see him lining up for attack, don't stand in the area that he's going to attack. And as you can see there, he just enraged, and his arms have gotten the thing where they actually deflect attacks. So, pretty cool fight. You'll definitely enjoy it. I am waiting to see what they do so far as like giving the Furious Rajang and when they're going to release that, because I think people are already ready for that part. And towards the end of the video, I'll be able to see how you can capture him. We do it in the lava on this next clip whenever it pops up. But just like I was saying earlier, I mean, it does have like some very unusual movements. You know, just like with any other monster, you got to get ready, you know, to kind of adapt to where he jumps a lot of sideways jumps and stuff. So it's a little bit different than the forward-backward motion we're used to with a lot of the other monsters. It can make it a little more difficult to kind of predict what he's going to do. And as I said before, he's very aggressive, and but it's very easy to get behind him. And if you're not the target of his attack, it's very easy to hit the tail when he's enraged. But if you're the target of his attacks, he can, especially when you're fighting him solo, you can get a lot of, you know, combos placed on you to where it can kind of be a pain in the ass to either avoid getting carded or avoid getting, you know, just pinned down to where you're always running away and using potions and stuff. So pretty much you'll see, and you can even see in this video, how the levels of life on my team go. You know, when he does like the supernova where he does like a belly flop on the ground, it does a whole bunch of damage. It does AoE damage. So it takes a lot of the life away from the people in the party and stuff. Everybody's busy healing. So we had a hunting horn with this one. So we had a lot of extra recovery, and we had a lot of extra, you know, life being given to us from, you know, the life powders, and then the wide range friendship gems, or wide range decorations that you can get. Also the health boosters and stuff did help out a little bit. But it was just a cool fight. His combos do get you stunned. As you can see here, I'm stunned in my little Radobon later outfit. But you'll definitely enjoy it, and it's cool to have something that gives us some, you know, huge upgrades. I mean, all of his gear. I mean, the armor's not really that big of an upgrade, but it does have the weakness exploit, like I was saying earlier in the video. But he has a lot of the, you know, weapons with higher damages on them. And they're pretty cool looking. Like the mace I just got, it looks like a giant head of a monkey on a stick, and whenever you charge it up, like how this space one, the little prongs and stuff will come out. On that one, his head actually glows like the enraged version of him, with the yellow fur sticking out of it. So he's a fun fight, and just remember when you're fighting him, hit the tail when he's enraged and knock him out. You know, and he's just like any other monster, nothing to be intimidated on, but he's just cool new content for us that came out. It's free DLC, so I can't complain about that. As you can see here, we're gonna put him in the trap here in a second, just kind of like knock him out, you know, get him to where he's in the lava. That's the best place to knock him out roll on fire while we're trying to cap him. But he's not enraged actually, so we used a shock trap on him. But if he is enraged, remember, use a pitfall trap, because he can destroy the pitfall trap and the shock trap, but he will destroy the shock trap. He won't destroy the pitfall as easily. And that's pretty much it for it. You know, you stay till the end of the video, you get to see some of the rewards that you get. As you can see, that's the first time of us fighting him. And I think it's probably everybody's first time there, because the one guy was in the Sterling quest with me to go and find the broken horn Kieran. And you can see some of the stuff he drops. He got a pretty decent amount of loot for a four-person run, and you know, we got a little gem and stuff right there, a little vitality gem, you know, pretty much worthless. Got about 1,000 of those by now. I'm sure you do too. And as you'll see there, you know, just the normal little layout for the end of it, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm glad I can get this out to you on time, like I told you I could. And if you liked it, you know, like and subscribe. I'll be releasing some more videos, some new content, and some actual builds, since they released some new stuff for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. So, like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep checking out the little, you know, weaknesses he's got going on here. As you can see, the information that I told you in the video is factual. Here's a little bit of the items that he dropped, you know, and I'll be catching up with you next time. Make sure you're checking in regularly. Got them videos coming, fresh out the oven. Give you that video game loving. Yeah, you didn't know I was a poet too, huh? Yeah, check out the Society in Black on the Facebook. What's up? Later, guys. See you next time.